Welcome back, Connect Fam. Your girl Stitch is here on the Connect Network TV, right here on the CW. So spring is officially here, and all day we've been discussing really achieving healthy and wealthy goals, if you can say, for the new season. So right now we have a financial expert with over 20 plus years in the industry. As a friend of the show, she's actually agreed to give her expert financial advice for the month of March, celebrating Women's History Month. So as women, we want and need and should have much support and really support each other. So we're super grateful to have her back on the show, reintroducing entrepreneur, financial planner, CPA professor, all the things, Oyinka Coakley. Welcome back, Oyinka. Thank you for joining
us. Nice to be back. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you. And loving the green, darling. Purple and green. Why not?
Yes. We are.
So you are sharing 4 ways to secure your financial future. And the first is something we all hear all the time, pretty much, building an emergency fund. Can we start there?
Most people are one paycheck away from not being able to pay their rent. We're living in very tough times. Inflation is very high. Housing is eating up a large chunk of our income. So you need to have some way of just putting aside any little bit you can to make sure you have some money for a rainy day. So what I always suggest is to start with automatic withdrawals from your account to a savings account on a regular basis. So I suggest you open up accounts at banks that are not in your local community, and don't even order a debit card for that account. That way, when the money is automatically deducted from your account, it takes a little bit of effort for you to transfer or get access to those funds. It makes it a lot easier to save. And a lot of us are, getting this side hustle lately. Whatever that side hustle is, make a dedicated effort to put half of those funds into a savings account. So yes, we want to spend and we see all this extra money coming in from that side gig that's really taking off, but be diligent. Put half of those funds into a savings account and you'll see growth relatively quickly. And a lot of us are complaining about interest rates being so high, but it's a benefit in some ways because there are several high yield savings accounts. Some out there are paying 5% interest on your savings balances. So that's another way for your savings to grow.
I love it. And I can attest because I've done that and it worked. And as soon as I got the debit card, I was paying off stuff for events and for community programs and chat. Yeah. So no. No. So thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
So you also mentioned pay off your credit card bills. Statistics are showing in America this is really tough right now. As a country, we're carrying, to my understanding, $1.3 trillion in debt. Interest rates are high, like you mentioned. Where do we start, or how do we start from there?
That is so. You are absolutely correct. 1 trillion is the credit card balance of Americans. And for us in Florida, guess what? We are the 8th largest state in debt with an average of $8,000 in credit card debt. So it's very difficult to pay down on credit cards, especially when, most of our income is just going to paying off our housing and, just living expenses. But one way that I found that is super effective is called a stacking method. You start out with your smallest credit card balance. A lot of us have these cards maybe with 200, 500. Pay them off in order from smallest to largest. And on the other cards, pay that minimum. As long as the minimum is covering the interest that's being charged on a monthly basis, so that card won't grow. And once that small card is paid off, the amount you were paying on that card added to your second smallest card, and now you're doubling up on the payment to that card. And you'll see those payments start stacking until you've paid off those credit card balances. Another way that a lot of people may think is counterintuitive is go get another credit card. A lot of your new cards will offer 0% interest on balance transfers. And that way, if you have a card that's charging you 24% interest, transfer the balance from that card to the 0% interest card. And now instead of paying, interest, you're just paying straight down on the principal. 4% is only 2 months of interest. If you weren't going to pay off that other card in 2 months, you're going to be saving once you get past that 2 month mark, because after that, you're not paying any interest.
So let's get to number 3. And thank you for sharing that. Number 3, start saving for retirement. So let's talk 401k, IRA. How do we begin?
Well, first, I want to give you some statistics. 51% of elderly women are getting their income from Social Security. And in fact, 1 out of 4, Social Security is their only source of income. And as we know, Social Security is not enough usually to cover your daily living expenses. So a 401k plan can be either employer sponsored, or if you're self-employed, you can get a solo 401k plan. Most people don't even realize that if you are a solopreneur, like a lot of your viewers, you can have a 401k plan. As long as you don't have any employees, you can start a solo 401k plan. So you as the employee can contribute, and your company as the employer can make a matching contribution. So it helps to double your savings. In fact, the 401k contribution limits are $23,000. So you can save up to $23,000 per year, tax deferred. And if you're self-employed, you can match up to 25% of your income. So not only are you personally saving up to $23,000, your employer or your company is putting 25% of your income into that account as well. You will see your savings skyrocket.
And number 4, which is most important, we talked about credit card debt. We talked about emergency funds, IRAs, and all the things. So now let's get into working with a financial planner. Why is this critical, or is it?
I believe working with a financial planner is critical. Most of us don't have the knowledge to know exactly what to invest in, how to grow our money, what's a smart way to save for retirement. But a financial planner, if they're a good financial planner, not only cares about your investments, but they care about your financial future as a whole. So they'll help you set goals around estate planning, your wills and trusts and things like that. They talk to you about life insurance. They're trying to basically help you protect you from risk. So a good financial planner helps you to not only grow financially, but also protect the income that you've generated.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much, Oyinka. So
you're welcome.
A quick question I got to ask about this. Do we all need a trust or no? And we hear about this all the while, but do we need a trust or not really?
I would say having a trust is very individualized. A lot of people now are saying everybody needs a trust. Ask them why. Most people want to put assets into a trust because they have assets they want to protect. You want to pass down to your children. You don't want it to have to go through probate, if you pass away. So there are some real benefits, but there are costs involved with having a trust. The trust has to be funded. So you have to make sure, you have an executor over that trust, somebody you can trust that has your best interest at heart, especially once you've passed away. They're going to execute your instructions the way you intended. So there's a lot that goes into having a trust. So I wouldn't just go out there and get one just because somebody on the internet says I need one. I will really sit down with a financial planner to talk about what your goals are and see if a trust is in line with your financial goals.
And my ears are ringing. So that means Connect Fam is asking this question. When do you know I need a trust? Is there a bracket to hit, or is there a certain median you need to be on to know, like, okay, you need a trust?
No, I would say once you have some assets that you want to protect, let's say your home or these, stock accounts or, savings accounts, investment properties that you don't want to go through the probate process, then you would put them in a trust.
Okay.
Yeah.
And find someone who has your best interest that can guide you through.
Correct. You need an executor on that trust to make sure that they are, that the trust is meeting your goals, and that once you're not here, the goals, your plans for that trust are being executed
properly. I love it. A trust for your trust. Nice.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have this morning. So thank you so much, Oyinka. Please, I know some of our Connect fam are still asking how they can connect with you because they trust you. Where can they go and how can they tap into you, and even some of the businesses that you have in Hollywood as well?
Yeah, so the easiest way to get in touch with me is on Instagram. I am at Oyinka the Professor. You can always send me a message, or you can go to my website, oyinkatheprofessor.com, schedule a consultation. Like Stitches said, I have 2 venues in Hollywood. So if you're looking to host an event, you can reach me at thesweetone.com. We'd be happy to host your next event.
I love that. Thank you so much. Get your tea, get your water, whatever you drink in the morning. It's not my business. Just come right back.